Hey guys, Mark's on here. Just coming down here to tell you about my business. Hi Mark Stone Limited. How did you start your business from YouTube? Let me answer that question. I started from helping many companies, like scrappers, skip hires, charity shops, factory work, mechanics, and many other stuff. And I started seeing some wheelbarrows in some shops and that, and I used to buy some wheelbarrows. And I told some scrappers, say, you see any wheelbarrows, can you let me know? And the scrappers used to get wheelbarrows all the time. And I used to bring them down here, and I used to put all wheelbarrows up over here. I had about 200 altogether. And when I was putting the last one in here, some lads used to come through, and they were going to walk through to go over there. And then when they seen me, they said, "You right, Mark?" I said, "You right, pal, how's it going?" I said, "What are you trying to do?" I said, "Starting my own business down here." And they said, "You got any jobs going?" I said, "You can help me out, volunteering for a while, and see if there's any money comes in." I said, "Of course, what you want doing?" But now we're there, because it's been years since I last came down here. Because you got twigs everywhere. I used to tell them, I said, I got a few rakes, and I had them up to that tree there. I had the rakes, and I said, grab a rake, get all these twigs, put them in a pile, bring them here, and burn them. And we did a big clean up. Then a lad helped me out, made a Facebook page on my account. And started advertising, saying, does anybody like to have anything what they need clearing, want me to take it away, low cost, of scrap metal for free, wood £5, concrete £10, glass £7, garden waste £5, something like that, logs £3. Made it like a table and put it on, and that. And then, so then it kept getting like stuff coming in, like washers, boilers, dryers, clothes, garden waste, concrete, glass, soil, branches, recycle stuff, general waste, sofas, wardrobes, drawers, TVs, cable, plugs, poo. And we used to bring them down here, put it all across here, and we used to sort it all out. Any rubbish or recycle, we burnt it. Branches and all. And then, with them, we used to bring it over here. Drinks on me from 106 subs. Oh, I like that. Cheers. That's the number one. Okay, clue guys, yes I did do that. And wet logs what we usually grab. We used to sell them on, and we used to drop them up, fill the barrel up. We used to draw £15 for a barrel load, and it was great, fantastic. It was good. We had loads coming in, we had loads going out. We usually get some of these these wooden posts. We used to get them a lot, and we used to put them up for firewood, and people used to buy them off us. We used to have gas bottles. We used to bring that here, and one of the lads what helped me out, he used to cut him up, and he used to make stuff out of them. All sorts, you name it, he made it out of gas bottles. We had stuff from scrap, and he used to make stuff out of scrap. Then what were no good, like scrap, they went to my house. We started sorting out as cable, put that in one barrel, put motors in another. The drums, what were out of the dryers and washers, we used to just store that up there. And we used to sell them on for £3 each. Or if somebody wants a design to put on it, it would cost extra. And people used to say, oh, can you make a pram? Put the drum inside and use it as a burning bin. I said, yeah, I can do. And we used to charge a tenner for that. Everybody used to say, make all sorts. But what we couldn't do, like, say we cut this tree down, we couldn't, carve out art on him. I know what we could do with him. It's just probably just drill it and use them as make sounds out on it. Got my phone with you. Just had somebody ringing me then. Just looked at it, I recognise the number, so I'm not ringing it, I'm not answering it. A scammer. And we'd get pallets. Yeah, we used to get pallets all the time. We used to put pallets over there. And one of the other lads, he used to say, I can make stuff out of pallets, Even this pallet what had a missing plank, and if you had another pallet what has some missing planks, I could take them off and put it on that one. And he did that, and then what were no good, he cut him up, he cut them up, and cutting them up and sold them as firewood. Filled away by it, took a photo on it, said anybody want any firewood. And time he used to sell it £3 a wheelbarrow. People used to buy it. Then they put it up to 4, people still bought it. Then put it up for £5, and then he just kept it as a £5 coming in all the time. The boilers. We used to put the boilers here. We used to shift them up plastic and rubber. We shut that on fire, but we shut one piece at a time. Screws, we shut that in another barrel. Plugs, what we had, done them one at a time, shut them on. The motors what we got out of them, we put that in another wheelbarrow. So we got the washer motors, and the motors what come out the boilers. We put clean copper in one barrel, brass in another, copper and brass in another. If I said it was most of it was copper then brass, shut that in another. But if I say it was mostly brass with a bit of copper, shut that in another. If it was 50-50, we shut that in a different barrel. Like those with the cast aluminium, we used to get them, put them in another wheelbarrow, and they had some good weight in it. The rads, the copper rads and aluminium rads, put the copper ones in one and brass one in another. Copper in one and alloy in another. What else did we get out of them? You know, we sorted out. You got those other sort of motors type things. I think the motors thing. I don't know. And we shot them in another. We used to have fridges and freezers and fridge freezers, and we used to put them here. And we used to strip them apart. Doors. When we took the doors off, we made a pile. We took all metal off, all the compressors, shot that in another barrel. All the copper pieces were in it, shot that in the barrel. Like steel, shot that in barrel. And even there's a copper wire, we shot that in other. And there's a small, looks like little bombs type things. We should put them separate in another wire bar. And the big fridges, we used to put the big fridges just over there. The big, you know, after we're doing it, it looks like a box now. We used to put them over there, and we used to burn them. But at the time, this tree wasn't here at the time. And then when the fire got going, when it started to settle, we took a door on. So it started settling down, we took another door on. And that's what we used to do. Microwaves, we did that here. Strip them up, glass, we shut that in another whatever. The plastic, you know, shut that in fire. But we had 3 lots of fires. That was the one fire, second fire, and we had a third fire just over there. And we used to put the plastic in that one, but for off at microwave. And you got those small motors. Oh, it gets very nice. And we used to put them in a different wheelbarrow. And then you got those those blocks. I call them blocks anyway. We put them in a different wheelbarrow. We used to strip them up, blah blah blah. And that way. What else did I got? The concrete. We had a little machine just up there, just in this bit of sunlight here, and we used to scrub the concrete in it, and it used to, like what you get the concrete out the washers or these bricks what we used to have for customers. If the bricks were so decent, we sold them on. If they weren't, we used to put it in the machine and it grinds it up. We used to have a few wheelbarrows there, and we used to sell them up. We used to sell them on. And they sold straight away, and it was good. So we had that machine going on all day. What else did I have? Clothes. Took them over here. And we used to sort them out, went wheelbarrow, and we used to look through and said, it's all good, like no wrong with them, chucking it for wheelbarrow. It's all no good, like it had rips in them. In this way. You can get those type of jeans where they rip here, they ripped there, and they're made to be like that. We thought, nah, not having them. So they meant no good. And then what will no good, bag them up, and we're talking to a place where they buy them off us. So we did that. That's what we did. The mattress, you know, the bed mattress what we had them over here. And we used to have one, I was mostly on mattresses all the time. And I used to cut them open, and I used to rip up the material off, up foam, and then on the springs you got the wrapped up, took them off, put it in another box, and I used to chuck it in that fire, for microwaves, shutting and that, get the fire going. And that was it. And hot springs, put them in a box, a big box, and took that, did that. And that. And if I walk back this way, we used to have, when we wanted a poo or a pee, if you're a boy, you went that way to have a pee, and if you wanted, oh, just walking down that tree then, and we always have some made out of scrap and you use some curtains, and if the lad wanted to have a poo, he's covered. But we didn't have no girls, you know, so that was alright. But I know advances have grown up a bit, but every year we used to have a dinner, or when we were on break, came over here. When lads were having a fag, they used to go smoking here. And every year, when it was like, you know, one of us' birthdays, Halloween, fireworks day, Christmas day, New Year's Day, but most of it rubbish this way, and we go that way. But now it's closed off because the advances have grown, and I'll tell you in a sec because I can get round. Yeah, I stopped doing it now because it's stuff down here. This was already put in here because at one time there was some tree men what came and they used to cut trees down, and this is why we did it here, because since it was an open area, because I can't say where trees trunks are now because they're covered. And I think they did. I think they took one of the big roots out, and it over here. I think they took one of the big roots out, and that's where we used to burn stuff. But this time, we used to clear it all up. But now it looks like someone's been down again anyway and burnt some more. But now you see now all that was cleared now because I stopped. Just had that stuck to me. And then when we did fireworks, we came this way. We did it for Halloween, New Year's Day, Fireworks Day, and the birthdays, but not Christmas. And we used to do fireworks here. Set them right here, and we used to we only set off about 5 at a time. Put that there for. Then we had a little barbecue down there and that. So that way, guys. That's how I started. Been over 5 years now since I stopped doing that. And then I started doing videos for myself and uploading to YouTube. Because at the time, none of the lads didn't like to get filmed and put on YouTube. And I thought that since they asked, they said no. And fair point, that was it. Right guys, see you later.